I am in the autumn of my life at this juncture, reflecting on what has been important, reflecting on what I might have done differently, and also pondering what I might do in the future. I came from a family that was very committed to education. Neither of my parents had ever gone to higher education, but their goal in life was not to leave each of the three children a pot of gold, but a pot of knowledge. I grew up in the Methodist Church. It was a great place to go, to be accepted and to be loved by people outside of my family. I can remember early on people saying, "You'd be a great minister," to which I responded under my breath, "Yuck." You know, God can be quite patient and wait a while, and then I had worked on the Hill in Washington, had become involved in a variety of political campaigns, had taught school, wound up going to the Episcopal Church, and people there, though I was a bit 20 years older than a high school student, said, "You would be a great minister." I believe that in the richest country in the world, people ought not to go to bed at night hungry. People ought not to go to bed at night without a safe place. And people ought not to go to bed without having some sense that somebody cares for them. So I, a couple times a week, pick up 10, 12 boxes of bread from a Hy-Vee store. I pick up food from a couple restaurants. I pick up pastries from a couple pastry shops, coffee shops, and I deliver them to Joppa, which is an outreach ministry. I deliver them to Hope Ministries Kitchen, and I deliver them to the women's shelter. That's the very least I can do. When I go out with Joppa and we visit people that are living under bridges, even this very day, when we visit people that are in tents or shacks, they are as happy to greet us as we are to meet them, because it's an acknowledgement of people being a part of the broad panoply of humanity. You know, not only is it terrible to go to bed at night hungry, but it's awful to go to bed tonight cold. One of my callings in life okay. Is this when you say take two? Okay. My daughter last year saw a blip on the TV, and she said, "You should get that award, Dad." And I said, "What are you talking about?" And she said, "I just think you should." It was interesting, that day we had gone to deliver some food at the Hope Ministries Kitchen. A couple weeks prior to that, I'd gone there and was taking casseroles and food and pastries in, and this man says, "Do you have any shoes?" And I said, "I don't." He said, "Will you try to get me some?" I said, "I will try to remember." 2 weeks later, I'm there. He said, "Did you get me my shoes yet?" And I said, "I forgot." I said, "Here, try these on and see if they fit you." And the shoes that I was wearing fit him, and so I gave them to him. My daughter was a bit embarrassed, but she did acknowledge it and remember it, and she said, you should get that award, Dad." And I said, "No way." For any attribute that someone might applaud regarding me, it's not because some goodness welled up beyond the pale. It's because I've had fantastic, great teachers along the way. From my parents to my grandparents, and the best teacher of the lot, my dear wife, Mary Duvall, this very day. I'm truly honored. We never know how we are being perceived in life's journey. We never know who's taking stock of what we do. So it's always important to try to stand tall and do the right thing.